Hey everyone, I'm back with one of my videos and I just got back from a friend's place and apart from having a lot of laughing and chatting and all that, we talked about something very important, and that was about why some people refuse to pay people who have done their work. Now this I am going to talk in relation to people who are in the media, in the mass communication field. Like I am an anchor, so I have now over 32 years of experience on stage, I've been doing a lot of VVIP programs and all that. And then what has happened, those payments were really good, but then when it comes to payments like a voiceover or maybe things like that, people sometimes say that they do not want to pay the money. But why? I mean, are we supposed to do charity for them? Why don't they pay the money that is due for an artist? I have seen many people like that. I've seen things like this happening with editors. I've seen things like this happening with actors, with anchors, with people who are related to the media department, who are related with the media. And most of the time, these people work for money, right? So when you hire them, when you take up their service, please make it a point to pay them. Because I have seen during my anchoring career, people would call me up, there would be programs from different departments, government departments, and they would say, hello, we would like to take you as an anchor for our program which is happening on such and such date, but then we don't have the budget to actually pay you the amount that is due to you. So I am a very highly paid anchor. So what happens is that when they call me up, I always tell them one thing. I say, look, sir, ma'am, this is not a fish market. So when you are going to hire an anchor of repute, when you are calling up an anchor of repute, then you have to pay what is due to her. You are not supposed to bargain by saying that, okay, I think the budget is really low, so please take only this amount. So when people say this to me, I usually am very rude. I come across as a very rude person and I say that, look, sir, madam, let us not bargain here. You are here to take the best anchor. You are here to take the best anchor and her best service. She will give you the best service. So why would you bargain about her service? You don't go and bargain your service, right? When you're working in an office, do you bargain with the government when you don't come in on a particular day? Or do you bargain for your salary? You don't bargain for anything else, right? So why do you bargain when it comes to an artist who does your work to perfection? I've had many people who bargain with me regarding my anchoring, and they say, Monty, keep this amount. And I say, you know what, please keep this amount to buy some toffees for yourself, some sweets for yourself. I don't need it. There was one person I remember who came in to get his book translated. It was an Assamese book and he wanted it translated, and then later on he wanted me to give my voiceover. So I translated that book from Assamese to English, and then finally I went and did a voiceover in the studio. When he came home to give me the amount, the money, my remuneration, he gave me an envelope which had just 2,000 rupees. And I said, what is this? And he said, well, this is your remuneration for your voiceover. And the translation, translation is something that you do, right? And I told him one thing. I said, hello, Mr. So-and-so. Remember one thing, I don't have free lunches. I pay for my lunches, I buy my lunch. So if you are going to tell me that I am supposed to keep this money and you are not going to pay me for my translation, please don't come back to my house ever with any kind of proposal or with any kind of request to do work for you. And this was a spat. I said that since the money is coming home, I'm going to keep what I'm supposed to get, but since you're not going to pay me for my translation, I really don't care. You can do whatever you want. You're not going to get richer by taking away my money. But here is the point I'm trying to make, that when somebody has done your work, it might be editing, it might be making a video, it might be making anything at all. That person is working for money. That person is working to make ends meet. That person is, even if he doesn't have a choice, he is making that video for you, or doing that anchoring for you, or doing a voiceover for you, or doing a translation, or writing a script for you, or doing anything at all which is related to the field of media. So he's not doing it free for you, right? He's working for money. Since you are working for money as well, if that's your production, you're going to get money when you sell that product to somebody else. If it's a government product, so you are going to get commission for that. So since you're going to get commission for that particular product, your duty, your responsibility is to pay each and every artist who had been involved in your project. Whether it's the cameraman, whether it's the director, whether it's the person who's holding the boom, the man, every woman in your particular production needs to be paid. Please remember that you are not supposed to take away anybody's right to earn his living in a good manner. That person is working hard for you, thinking that you're going to pay the money that is supposed to be given to him or her, and then you don't pay up. I remember once there was this veteran director who I had worked with in one of my serials, and I remember I was working with the Guwahati Stock Exchange at that point of time, and the production manager had come down with a check. I had worked on 13, I had acted in all the 13 episodes, and the person comes in, and I had worked my heart and soul in it, because there were 14 days of sitting with the script and going through the script and feeling my particular my role in that particular serial. And then at the end of all these things, at the end of the shooting and months of shooting and going through the script and getting my own clothes, production does not give you any clothes, so you have to go beg, borrow your own clothes for the particular serial. I don't know what happens now, but at that time it happened like that. So I had to go get clothes from my friends, and after all that, all the trouble that I had taken, the production manager comes in. I still remember this was in the lobby in the reception area of the Guwahati Stock Exchange. That was my first job, and this person comes in with a check. And then let me tell you that I had a lot of problems, because when I started doing that serial, I got into a lot of problems with the office, the Guwahati Stock Exchange. They were getting angry because I was absent for quite some time and I had gone for the shooting. But I did take permission to go and do the shooting. But anyway, that's a different story. The person gave me a check of 2,090 rupees for acting in 13 episodes. Imagine. And I asked him, I said, what is this, Kokaido? What exactly do you mean by paying me this amount? And he said, you are a new actor, so you are going to be paid this much only, and you're not going to be paid more than that. And of course, I was a new actor. I probably was when I was doing Tezalura. That is the serial. I've let the cat out of the bag. I was maybe just 18 years old. And I promised him one thing. I said, okay, fine, I will keep this 2,090 rupees for 13 episodes of my acting. But I promise you one thing, that I'm going to get very expensive after some time. And I am going to charge per minute. And my remuneration is going to be like that. Well, it has turned out like that. It has become like that. For a minute, I charge the amount that is due to me. So what has happened? It has left a bad taste. It has left a bad taste in my mind that this is what had happened to me in the past. My very first serial for Doordarshan, and this was the kind of this is the kind of memory I have. And then again, the same director, I had another problem with him when this was, I think, around 2005 December, 2005, and I was shooting, and then I conceived, and I think it was around the next year, 2006, when I desperately needed the money, and the director was so mean. He said very mean things to me when it came to payment, but then it was already decided that he would be paying me that much. But when it came to being giving me the payment, then all kinds of excuses, all kinds of things that were not supposed to be said, and it really hurt me because we are not used to those kind of things. If a director or a producer has promised an amount, it is your responsibility. Director, producer, hear me out. It is your responsibility to pay exactly that amount. You are supposed to pay exactly that amount which you had promised. If you haven't, then God forbid. Who knows how karma will work? I'm talking about karma here because what you do unto others befalls you. So this entire video has happened because today evening I was talking to a friend, and she was very, very disturbed because she had introduced a young boy to somebody, and that somebody had found all kinds of excuses not to pay the young fellow, and the young fellow actually pays for his own study. He's paying for his own studies. So if this is the kind of attitude that you have, I mean, I had all these things so many decades back, all these terrible experiences that I had with producers and directors, and now somebody who is making videos is not paying the person who made the video. It's really sad, that you can do something like that. It's really not nice, and I think you should think deeply that if I am using this person to create videos or to make something, to write a script or do anything, to do anchoring or to do a voiceover, it is my responsibility to pay my actors or my artists or the people who are working behind the scene. If you don't do that, I don't know how media is going to work. It is high time. I've seen many people, many of my students from the college who have complained when they went into internship with different local media channels out here, that they were not paid their dues. I mean, how could you, media channels, media television houses, how could you do this? They work because they want some experience, and you had promised that you were going to pay something to them during this internship. And then when you don't pay, and then they have to run from pillar to post, writing to all kinds of institutions and organizations, trying to fight for their rights, it's really sad. It's really sad because you know what happens? These young people lose heart because when you act like that, they lose heart to work. And that is when a kind of a despondency sets in, and they are not enthused to work and give their best. You pay them because pay what they need to be paid. How can you just do free work from them when you are getting paid so much of money because of your channel? Come on, yeah, you gotta pay these people. If you haven't, then you better start thinking that you should, because these are the kind of rots which sets in to media, and people start complaining that media is not working as well as it was before, as it should be. So can we set this ball rolling and start on a different narrative by giving the exact remuneration the due, the rewards that people are supposed to get in media, whether you are working with whoever. It might be an actor, it might be an editor, it might be a cameraman, it might be a light boy, it might be the boy who's giving tea in your sets, anyone who is involved. Can you start promising yourself that you are going to pay their dues and not complain? If you have a complaint, can you not make it public, and can you just go and talk to that person in private? Because I've seen many a times where young people who are working in the sets as a light boy or an assistant director or anybody who's humiliated in public. Can you not do that? Can you just talk to that person in private if you have a problem with that person? So these are the kind of things, so many kind of things that I had seen from the past. But I thought today that I'm going to make this video because I heard from my friend that this young fellow is very distressed because that person is not paying the person the amount that is due. And what that person has done is, in all vengeance, that person has put up the video not in that young person's name, hasn't given credit to his name, but has given the credit to somebody else. Now that is a serious offense. That is a crime. If this person now gets back with the original data that he has stored in his computer, that person who has done that illegal work will get into serious trouble. So before you do anything like this, before you steal anybody's property and you put it up in someone else's name, or if you decide to do something like that, think a million times, because you will get into serious trouble with the law if you get into such sort of criminal acts. This is a criminal act. So I will have to warn you that before you do anything illegal, there is the law which will come and catch you and put you behind bars. So everything is very transparent nowadays. Everything is very open, and anything that you do will be open out there and everybody will come to know about you. So be careful, pay your people well, the people who have worked for you, and become a more responsible citizen. And on that note, I am going to say bye. I've made a pretty long video, but I had to make it because there were so many things inside my head that I needed to talk about, and it's already out that I had so many experiences in the past, and young people are still experiencing all these things. It's sad. So let's try and make this better for them so that they are enthused to work. See you then. See you on the other side soon, and I'm going to come back with another video. In the meanwhile, if you are watching my video, don't forget to press that button, that little bell out there, so that you are updated every time I put up a video. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also share what you see in my video. Bye for now.